Values driven. Now, when I use that term values driven, what do you think it means? Do you think it means that I drive value, or do you think it means that I'm driven by my values? Or don't you care? Okay. Well, guess what? It means I do both. Ta-da! Like you know I was going to say that, right? Okay. But the reason I'm talking about value, and the reason I've referred to my LinkedIn profile, it was because on LinkedIn that I first came across this chap here. Okay, now I'm sure you've already seen that before. It does the rounds quite regularly. Okay, there's always someone that will do it cheaper. But when this... There's always someone who'll do it cheaper. Now, whenever this does the rounds, you can guarantee that all the sales gurus, the marketing experts, the life hackers, everybody else are going to be on there, on social media, nodding their heads, saying, yes, that's so true. Cheap is bad. Buy cheap or buy twice. Well, I wonder, is cheap all that bad? Okay, does anybody shop at Asda's? Okay, me and Lynn, virtually all of our weekly food shop comes from Asda's. Okay, there's nothing wrong with it at all. As far as we're concerned, it's really good quality grub, especially the steaks. Okay, what do Asda's compete on? Price, exactly. Price on cheapness. Okay, cheap is not always bad. Walmart, one of the biggest companies in the world. Okay, big company in America, the people who own Asda's. Does anybody know what their marketing strap is? Okay, it's always the lowest price. Always. In other words, they're competing on price. They are the cheapest price. Okay, the CEO of Morrison's could be looking at this now, nodding his head saying, yes, that's so true. There's always somebody who'll do it cheaper. Yet they're called Asda's and they're kicking your butt, mates. At least I've got a way or a method where I can differentiate myself from everybody else in my industry. I could focus on something other than competing on price, and that is by competing on value. So what is value? What does it comprise of? What is the definition of value? Well, the first time I came across a definition of value, it was that there. Okay, value equals quality over cost. Okay, came across that on a sales training course. Okay, that's fair enough. But a couple of years later, I was reading a book on marketing, and I came across that one there. Okay, value equals quality is perceived by the customer over price. Okay, value equals quality is perceived by the customer over price. And the crucial thing that we can take from this picture here is it doesn't matter what me or you or any of the other social media sheepsheads think about that tattoo. Because if the big fella there, and who's going to argue with him, if the big fella there is happy with it, okay, it doesn't matter. We can bleat on all we like. If somebody's happy with the quality of what they've got, it's true. Okay, that is the most important thing. So the point I'm making here is not it's okay for us to go out and sell a load of rubbish. It is that it doesn't matter how much we shout about how good our own products are and how good our own services are. If our prospects are happy with what they're already getting in terms of quality and in terms of the price they're paying for it, it doesn't make any difference at all. They're not going to buy from you. So we have to do something different. What we have to do is demonstrate. Okay, now Aldi are very, very good at doing this. Okay, what they do is they'll take a brand product and they'll take a white label product and they'll get somebody to blind taste them. And then they show us on the TV, all these people say, yes, I couldn't tell the difference between that brand one there that costs £10 and the white label one over here that costs £5. So what they're actually doing there is they are taking one element of the value equation, quality, and demonstrating that you can get the same or better quality, and then comparing that to the second part of the value equation, the price. Okay, and they're coming up with a demonstration that shows that they're competing on value rather than price, because the quality of what they're offering is the same but the price is less. Has everybody got that? Yes. Fantastic. Okay. So, all this got me thinking about how we can actually use that equation, the quality over price equation, in a sales context and apply that to development ourselves ethically as individuals as well as our businesses. Now, those of you who are familiar with my idea of Win 4 Ministries will know that the Win 4 is basically an extension of the win-win principle, where there's a win for both partners in a contract. Win-win-win means we're looking at, win-win-win-win means that we're looking for a four-way win. So you win, which is fair enough, okay, this is your business, this is your life, you've got to have a win, okay. The third party wins. Now we're coming out of the business context, so it could be a customer, but we're talking about other people in our lives, okay, so our spouses, other members of our family, friends, people in our network, God, okay, if you like, okay. The third party wins as well. The world wins. That means what we're doing, we've got some kind of social utility, there's something that we're actually is useful to the world that we're offering to the world, and there's a win on a metaphysical level as well. This is the meaning of life, okay. This is what Jesus is telling us when he talks about the parable of the talents, that we are basically put here on earth not to be wicked and slothful servants who squander our gifts, but to be good and faithful servants who maximise our gifts and the value that we are returning to the person who gave us those gifts, i.e. God. And God, though his will is quite often difficult to discern, the instructions that he gives us in the good book are pretty simple. He gives us the basics, okay? And that's why we're talking about some basic instructions, okay, for you to improve your quality as people and as values. So, the first one of those, I've heard this said so many times, winners show up, okay, winners show up. Now, I'm not having that, okay, there's millions of people in the UK who've just shown up, okay, they've just shown up for life, and they're not doing anything with it at all. And I don't think showing up on time is enough either. Okay, I think you've got to show up early and show those people that you actually value them, that you've got a meeting in hand, that you're full of energy, they're going to be full of energy, and you're ready to rock and roll. Yeah. I used to work for a boss who was regularly late for meetings. We would get visitors to our offices from clients and from strategic partners, and say the meeting was scheduled for 11 o'clock, guaranteed at 5 to 11, the people who were coming to see us, they were there, we had them sat in the boardroom, we had the tea and the coffee and the biscuits out in the meeting, I'd be in there with them. The boss who was supposed to be coming in, he wasn't there. I'd go and remind him that we had visitors in the office, he'd be there tapping away doing an email. I'll be there in a minute, he'd say. 10 minutes later, still no show. 20 minutes later, he might actually deign to make an appearance. He would do this on a regular basis, and it got so bad that I would do anything to get out of going into a meeting with a client or a strategic partner with my boss, because I did not want to be associated with the disrespect that he was showing to our clients and to our partners. Okay, so that's the first instruction then. Show up early. Every minute that you're late for a meeting, the energy of the person that you're going to see is being ratcheted down. Okay, so show people respect, get there nice and early, keep those energy levels going. Basic instruction number 2, the way of the intelligent. Okay, God said, an intelligent heart acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. Okay, quote from Proverbs there. Whatever you do choose to do in life, be brilliant at it. Commit to being brilliant at the thing you decide you want to do. Yeah. Now, there's several ways you can do that. I'm a big reader, so my philosophy is pretty much down the Brian Tracy route, which is read one book on your subject a week. Okay, read for an hour. Books aren't, sounds a lot really, read one book a week, but a lot of books these days, they're not all that large actually, they're only about 100 pages or less. So read for an hour a day, or if you can't read, listen to an audio program or listen to a blog. Okay, at the end of the year, if you do that, you'll have read 52 books. Okay, you're going to be a world expert on your chosen subject. If you do that over 10 years, you'll have read over 500 books. Okay, and you'll need a bigger house to put them in. But as Brian Tracy said, you'll be able to afford to buy it. Okay, so read upon your industry, read upon your competitors, their products, their marketing, read upon the market, what it's doing generally, read upon your competitors' features and benefits. And again, remember, I'm shamelessly quoting Brian Tracy here. Remember what Brian Tracy said, the future belongs to the learners and not the learning. Okay? Basic instruction number 3. the way of the wise. We saw on the previous slide there, that quote at the top from Proverbs. Okay, the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. Or, quote from Revelation, second one today, Revelation on a Wednesday morning. You can't beat it, can you? Okay, he that hath an ear, let him hear. Now this is an engagement issue. Okay, this means committing to listening to what your clients, the family, people in your network are actually saying to you. Okay, so a few basic tips here. Okay, don't go looking at your watch when somebody's talking to you. Don't go riffing through all your marketing collateral, scrolling through your phone. Remember that boss I was telling you about who was late for every meeting? In meetings, he would regularly just flip out and he'd take his phone out of his pocket and he'd be scrolling through like this when people are doing a presentation or actually talking to him. Like you get people who are looking at him, you know, they'd be talking to him, he'd flip out his phone and they'd be looking at me saying, what's this guy doing? He was representing the company. Okay, give people 100% of your attention. Okay, basic instruction number 4. Back to Proverbs. Don't just do what you say you're going to do. Don't just do what you say you're going to do. Nice quote from Proverbs there. The righteous who walks in his integrity, blessed are his children after him. People talk a lot about integrity, but you know what? I'm not so sure that I believe in integrity anymore. If you look at any professional's website, you'll see that a lot of them are saying, almost all of them are saying, that they deal with people with integrity. Integrity is one of our bywords. Okay? Integrity is one of our strong suits. Now I figure that if you've got to actually highlight your integrity, there's a bit of a problem there. The fact is that integrity ultimately boils down to doing what you say you're going to do. And I think that the people who you want to do business with, okay, will assume that you're going to deal with them with integrity anyway. Okay, it's taken as a given. So to me, integrity is not a marketable quality. And there was a time in this country where we used to be able to say an Englishman's word is his bond, and I think have we really sunk so low as a people where we actually have to pat ourselves on the back because we actually do what we say we're going to do now. Is don't just say what you're going to do, over-deliver. Last one. I've got loads of these. Okay, I've got loads, but you'd probably be relieved to hear that I'm going to run out of time. So this is the last one I'm going to do. Okay, basic instruction number 5. Carry out a minimum of 5 random acts of kindness every week. Okay, great picture there from the Good Samaritan story, but I've got a quote from Galatians at the bottom just to confuse you. And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. What the university concluded was there was a definite link between happiness and having your needs met and actually doing good to other people as well. Okay, so all of a sudden you've got science jumping up and down, telling us what the Bible's been telling us all the time. I love it when that happens, science does that. But the crucial point here then is we don't do good to other people just because it makes us happy, even though it does. Okay, we do it in the quiet knowledge that as we sow, so shall we reap. And that verse in the Bible from Jesus where he says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, that to me is the building block of God's kingdom and the building block for creating global happiness in the world.